Hi.
Say hello, this is my dad.
Hello.
So today we're gonna take off this old Underglow, and all of them have fused except for that one. But yeah, we're just gonna take it off, put some new ones on, and yeah. Last time I made the mistake of not actually making any seal around the hole where it connects. So you can see right here, this is where the salt water is gonna come in, right? It comes in directly through here. You're driving, it'll get kicked up and go into here. You can see how rusty it is on the inside. So that is a problem. And now, if you come with me to the back, you can see this is shielded, so you don't really end up seeing it. You can see all the way up here. There is no way that salt water is gonna easily get up in there. So yeah, obviously because of that, this one has lasted and others have not. So I guess we'll have 5 and we'll figure out the spot to put the 5th one.
Rear still working?
Yeah, the rear still works.
Oh, good.
That's because the input, there's no way that salt water is going to easily get up in there. Yeah, and this is how I did my exhaust setup. So I have some part source tips here, right? Straight from part source. And I have a little exhaust cut out here because it's single exhaust up until the end. So that's where it comes through. This, we actually do have it sealed properly, but it'll come through here. And you can see right now it's open. So it's going to bypass the muffler. So that's a muffler delete. Yeah, see, this is my brother's car. Very nice Lexus LS 460. Either way, now we're just gonna go ahead and start taking off the old Underglow. After that, we can actually figure out where we can put in the new one. So we're gonna unclip all of this. This is already broken, so it doesn't matter if we're bending it.
Turn me up on the fucking speaker, man. Pure baby shit.
Either way, it's pretty good that this AliExpress Underglow, for $30, it lasted through almost all of the Canadian winter. You can see how I have it set up, just like this. You can see there's so much water inside of here, so much condensation. That tells us it definitely does not have a seal. There's a good seal around it from the side, but not from the input. That point is the weak point, so because that weak point was shielded in the back, that's why that lasted the most. Okay, so let's cut off the other two. Now we probably gotta go ahead and take off the little heat shield here. That way we can get access to the shifter, wherever the shifter is, the shifter cables are, then we can just route it up through there. Good job. Yep. I'm just gonna show you real quick what we have going on. So the wires are coming up through here, and they go up and up right until you see that orange right there. That's just like a little bit of sealant, but all that is a shifter cable. So because this is manual, it'll have shifter cables. So we'll just pop that off and do that. You can see there, that's where we go ahead and route the wires through. And now that we have gone ahead and opened this, we can pull the wires through. So this one, I'll pull it through. There's 3 wires inside of here. 1 for R, 1 for G, 1 for B. I think there might be 1 ground, 1 return wire. I don't know if we're gonna weld all of that, like solder all of that together, because that's too much, man. I've got to remove it from here. Now that's basically all of it. So once we're done with this, we gotta put everything down and then start pulling out all the cables. And then once we pull out all the cables, we can rewire everything. Rewiring won't be that hard. The hardest part about it was actually fabricating the thing. Okay, so I'm gonna lower the car. After I lower it, I can go ahead and properly pull out the wires. So this is where we have that thing. Blank that shit up, man. Damn. Put that over there. You can see all my old wiring. Either I'm gonna keep this because I don't want to rewire this. This is a pain to rewire. That's wired to a good ignition source, so. Now we gotta install it from the bottom, I think, and then we gotta pull it through. So simple, just positive, negative, that's what we have here. I already have my old 12-volt power supply already hooked up. Okay, so you can see it works. Okay, so now we're gonna have to go ahead and put some sealant on the new Underglow. That way, even if there's any salt water or anything like that, it's gonna take much more time before it actually gets back into the Underglow. So hopefully it'll last more than 6 months. So the problem we have now is this doesn't actually reach and about the exact same size as last time, but for some reason it's 15 centimeters short, 30 centimeters short, but about the exact same size. So I don't know. So we're gonna have to go ahead and move this forward because I ordered the same size, but it's a different size. Yeah, so I don't know why. Now it's inside the installed side one. So this is the little thing that we have to actually mount the Underglow to. So we drill holes through here so you can actually put a zip tie around it. And this is some random thing we found at Home Depot. You can find it probably. And just screw it directly into any metal part in the frame. Not the frame, but some softer part. That's not that, critical. And then once you put it, then you can have a very good piece of metal to, have everything on.
What critical come
Yeah.
Because if we put like that, there will be a button.
That's okay. Well, this zip tie, on top of that, this is a better idea compared to, you can't even actually put 3M tape on anything because it's so much rust proof. So all you need to do is something like this. If you have rust proof, let's go ahead and zip tie up the last of this. My shoulders are sore, lateral raise until failure. It's a pain trying to even do that, man. Maybe I gotta do more reps on lateral raise. If I do more reps, won't I be a little bit better in endurance? Why do they leave this much wiring for the sides, but they made the back so tight to the point where it messes up absolutely everything. I don't even know how we're gonna finish this, man. Cause right here, look at how little space there is, and on top of that, we're gonna have to go through the heat shield. This is gonna be touching the heat shield. There's gonna be no extra play. Bro, man, that's kind of messed up. Okay, so now we are doing some sealant. That way, this won't have any problem with the Canadian winter.
Canadian winter is harsh, man, harsh.
Yeah.
It's extreme winter, extreme.
So there it is. This way we'll have no problem, and we'll do something here just to make sure nothing scrapes against this wire. Last time we had it here as well. Now there is no way. Well, there is a way, but it's gonna be very unlikely any salt water is gonna start corroding anything. Very, very unlikely.
most of the time is coming from input side, no?
Yeah. Since there's no under tray, we can just do this. Okay, so this is the final result. Right now it's at the blue. While I was doing the wiring, I ended up breaking the IR receiver right there. I have one for the interior glow and one for the exterior. But yeah, not really much I can do about that. I can solder it back on, but it was so hard to actually get the thing on. You can see on the bottom it looks really nice because it kind of has like a glow underneath there, and you can see it directly through the wheel, which is kind of cool. But otherwise, that's the final result.